It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out of your door. You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. Perhaps a cliché of graduation speeches for decades, but truer words were never spoken in the COVID era. For most high school graduates, the next step already seemed like dangerous business because you'll have to fill out your own medical history at the doctor's office, navigate the world of roommates, and try to avoid the freshman 15. By the way, cereal and ramen are considered acceptable meal replacements in most places. In my mind, the class of 2020 should be known as the silver lining class. First and foremost, in order to have a silver lining, you presuppose a cloud. The darker the cloud, the more brilliantly the sunshine plays upon its edges. Many things have been taken from you, and it is healthy and responsible to grieve these things in a practical way. However, you have opportunities that have never been offered in our collective memory. Our first of three silver linings is this. Many times, students can't wait to get out of this town and then realize what they missed while they were here. Not so with this class. Quarantine means the grass isn't greener somewhere else, and if it were, it probably looks about the same through the window. You've been given the chance to savor this time, at a price to be sure, but many of you have done that well. At the beginning of quarantine, our country was polarized, divided, and in a general state of unrest. Our second silver lining is that COVID may have temporarily changed that. We now have a shared experience, and with that, the opportunity for empathy. Empathy is one of the foundational elements of love, compromise, and community. Notice I said we have the opportunity for empathy. This is an opportunity that must be seized, or it will wither away like manna in the sun. Our challenge is to use this as common ground for all, to see the insignificant differences of people in light of their fundamental similarities, to celebrate our collective resilience. The final silver lining, at least for this speech, is that we may have a little bit of an insider's perspective on the mental health crisis in America. Isolation can be a brilliant teacher, but loneliness is a thief of stability. Going back to the wisdom of Middle-earth, Gandalf teaches us that the burned hand teaches best. After that, advice about fire goes to the heart. I think we all have some level of scarring to deal with from this experience. Now, will we allow the lesson to penetrate our hearts? How can we create a world where loneliness is seen for what it is and we don't wait for someone or some program to fix it? How do you and I become the cure? Wrapping up with my favorite hobbit, Samwise Gamgee. He leads us to the edge of our cloud with these words. But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. This unprecedented time in our culture is slowly giving way to unprecedented opportunity for the class of 2020. It is an undeniable fact that you will change the world. But what are you going to change it to? Congratulations, graduates. Gather your things, muster your courage, and tell your loved ones how much they mean to you, because the sun is almost up, and your epic journey begins soon.